going on, everybody? Monday night, that means Tales from the Flipside flagship show. We got lots to talk about. We have got some Peacemaker talk, original art sale craziness, huge pickups, and a major screw up by your boy McClay.
Tales from the Flipside. Flipside.
Oh, I almost called my shot. I did call my shot, but I wasn't talking about that screw up. So 2 screw ups.
Oh Jesus, you're Paul today.
Yeah, I am. Whoa. Yeah, man, it's crazy. It was a bummer, but you guys will find out more about that in pickups not pickups tonight. Obviously, not fucking pickups. In the market report tonight. So it'll be a lot of fun. John Z in the house. Paul is back, ladies and gentlemen. He's been working his ass off lately. It's nice to see Paul. We got Nate in the house and Carter. Make sure you guys give Carter a follow on IG. Give Nate a follow on IG. You guys are already following Z and Paul. It has been a crazy week, and I'm even more angry because the Cardinals are losing, and it doesn't look like there's any chance to come back, and Dollar's going to be giving me shit all week about it. So anyways, how was your guys' week?
Ass kicking, man. This is my first week here in 2 or 3, and it's good to have some time to talk comics and bullshit.
Yes, amen.
Yeah, not too bad. Get some stuff done finally.
Yeah. I hear the East is getting pounded right now with some major storms. You guys are getting some major snow out there. You guys get hit by it?
It's not a Martin Luther King Day unless there's a blizzard happening.
Yes. No, that's how I feel like lately in Arizona. Every Christmas it rains. It feels like it rains every Christmas. All right. I saw a lot of blizzard posts, a lot of funny blizzard posts. Had a lot of people hit me up in the chat about some cool buys and stuff. So we'll get into all that stuff later. I do want to shout out our homie Yeezy Yee. Our homie Yeezy Yee right now is selling on Whatnot. Pull them up on your phone and do a little dual.
I remember chasing
spending.
that book.
Yeah, man, that GameStop variant. Yeah. So shout out to Yeezy. He saved my ass on Saturday. So I've been telling everybody else, most people already know, but I got to go fucking act in a movie again, you guys, or a film or a film.
Is that all the stuff you've been posting on Instagram?
Yeah, man. Yeah. It was a lot of fun. It was very cool. I got to hang out with my best friend. My problem was I didn't realize that I knew I was going to have to be there all day Friday. And then I thought I was done. And then at the end of Friday, he's like, yeah, bro, we'll see you at, 9 a.m. tomorrow till, 10 p.m. or something. I'm like, what the fuck? But, you can't say no to that stuff. It was the last day of shooting. So that is wrapped. Talk about a trooper. My best friend, he finished rapping on his movies. He's been going hella hard. He finished rapping on his, it's not a movie, it's the pilot episode of a series.
Nice.
That he's trying to sell. And he finished rapping on it, and then the next morning went and had hip surgery.
Wow.
Like, Jesus, bro. Yeah, so he got up from hip surgery today, which is crazy. No,
how long is he going to be on the mend? That's a
long time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's gonna be. He said, "I go. Are you gonna be just chilling, editing this whole thing?" He's all, "Hell no, dude. I paid somebody to edit it. I'm gonna be playing Halo the whole time."
Smart man.
Speaking of that, if any of you guys are into Halo, and Funko Pops, he's been trying to get me to find this for a long time. There's a Halo figure, I guess, that you can get with the Funko Pops, and it gives you a code for a skin on that that for your video game player. So if any of you guys are into that shit, hit me up, and you might have the I'll try to look for the one that I'm looking for. So I know everybody's really, really loving that new Halo. He told me, he goes, it feels like I'm 20 again. I'm playing Halo and just really into it. And he was an original MLG pro back in the day when MLG first started, and he used to go all over the country to these tournaments and get paid to do it at like 20 years old. You know what I mean? Playing Halo. And now that shit is, you don't get paid, $500 when you win a tournament. Those guys are making $2 million a month right now.
God.
Yeah. Yeah.
The wrong line of work.
Don't make fun of your kids if that's their dream.
No, that's for sure. That's for sure. All right. Let's start off. Did anybody in the chat see Peacemaker? It was absolutely hilarious. I haven't finished it yet, but I hear it is even better than expected. And it's getting a lot of praise, which is nice to see somebody excited about a DC property. Right?
You're right.
It took a Marvel guy to make something correct for DC.
You're right. Damn right. That's. I have no problem with that. I was talking about that the other night. We were talking about how, DC, Marvel, all these characters that Marvel is creating, like they have like a 70 to 80% positive thing with these characters are creating. You look at people where like Miles and whatever, all these characters that they got right now that are going crazy, that are having series and this and that. Yelena Belova, Kate Bishop, all these crazy things, and we have nothing from DC. And then Peacemaker comes along, which is good, but also people are talking about the Flash stuff right now. A lot of talk on the Flash movie coming out and it being, game changing, and they're copying the Marvel thing with this whole multiverse, right? So
for Flash was did I see Ben Affleck sign up for 3 movies, or am I remembering the wrong actor for the wrong news?
No, he's supposed to be in the Flashpoint. He's supposed to be in it. He said something. He made a quote about it.
I think he shot that forever ago, or whatever he was supposed to do.
I thought I saw something about one of the Batman signing up for 3 movies who hasn't done one yet, or at least not 2. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but sorry to cut you off, Brian.
Yeah, because I thought he and Keaton were both going to be in Flashpoint.
Oh, well, there's that too. Don't listen to me. We got this covered. I write for them. Maybe it was Keaton.
Brian, you're on mute.
Thank you. I appreciate that. God, man. I'm so just down and out about missing that Grail. You guys are gonna hate me with me. Yeah. So it's supposed to be his last. Ben Affleck, Flashpoint.
Yeah, there's
Flash
no way
will
he's
be his
doing it
last.
again.
Yeah, he said he had such a bad taste in his mouth over that he wants no. He just doesn't. Anytime he plays Batman now, it sounds like he just remembers that.
Someone corrected me.
I have a hard time believing the Flash movie is going to save it, because that character just went flat for me and everything else.
Yeah, is it Ezra Miller who's playing the Flash? Because there's kind of, John, we were talking about Tobey Maguire kind of being Magoo Spider-Man. I think it's kind of the same thing with him as Flash. I like Gary Grant. Is it Gary Grant, the guy who does Barry Allen for the CW? I think he's a much better Flash than Ezra Miller.
Grant Gustin.
Grant Dustin.
It would be cool if he, if somehow he just changed his take on the character for Flashpoint.
Maybe, yeah. That'd be cool.
Not
went anywhere. He's been kind of useless in the shows or the movies so far.
Yeah.
Well, if we really want to get technical, I mean, technically Peacemaker's not a DC character. They stole a Charlton character to have something good happen.
Well, what was interesting, and I like how Games Radar puts this here, and it says in there, they're talking about what Flashpoint is because of all the news and the rumors that are coming around about, the new Flash and how it's supposed to maybe reboot everything at DC. And that how Games Radar talks about it, they say, originally Flashpoint in 2011, DC was facing some narrative stallouts. And Dan DiDio had to come in and save everything and just reboot everything by saving it and this and that. And like, I know DiDio sometimes gets called Didiot, and all kinds of stuff, and he catches a lot of hell. But the Flashpoint series was really, really good, man. Really,
Well,
really
it led
good.
into New 52, right?
Yes. Where's that? All right, here we go. New World. Led into the New 52, right?
Yeah.
No. Did it?
Wasn't it? I thought that was.
I thought the miniseries came out before the New 52 because there were 5 issues, and then you came into the New 52.
That's what I mean. It didn't it break into.
I think so.
Well, there was that, and there was the Pandora. I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. This chick or whatever.
Yeah.
Which we all spec'd on and thought she was going to be some big issue, and she never became anything. Maybe she'll be in Flashpoint. Spec is cyclical. Watch, she's going to be in Flashpoint.
It's a boomerang.
Yeah. Well, I love this discussion that they're rebooting everything, but also that, you know, once this Black Adam movie comes out, The Rock can do what he wants. Like, if he wants to bring back the old characters, he pretty much has say. Like, I've seen that story a few times. Like, whatever he wants, he gets. New people, old people, whatever. It's The Rock's world.
When is the Black Adam coming out? Is that later this year?
April's the last date I saw. I mean, you know, everything seems to be fluid these days, but April seems to be the one they're currently pushing.
Whoa, Nate 138 says Jeff Johns coming back to DC to do the arc of Flashpoint. That makes sense, right? They got the Flashpoint movie out. They're taking something out of Marvel's bag of tricks to start talking about it.
That's is there an animated? Was it a comic or animated? I saw that they were gonna do something with Thomas Wayne.
Is Jeff Johns back at DC with Flashpoint Beyond? Wow, this is interesting. DC Comics announces a new comic book series from Jeff Johns with Flashpoint Beyond with Eduardo Rizzo, one of the best all-time greatest Batman artists. If you ever get a chance, matter of fact, I'm just going to show you guys right now. Rizzo's, have you seen his, what was those Batman black and white statues, right? Is that what they're called?
Oh, yeah.
Somebody says Black Adam's July now. I could have sworn it's April. Shit.
Look at how dope this black and white statue is. Where is it? What the hell? Currently sold out. Of course it is. Amazing. Awesome. Probably one of the best black and white statues of the set. And they had to go into a second edition. Anyways, that's how badass. I love Rizzo, so I'm stoked about that. I'm really cool about that. It says details include Flashpoint Beyond will be a 6-issue miniseries starting April 19th. Thomas Wayne dons the cowl in Flashpoint Beyond. That's cool.
Yeah.
Right. So does that mean that that Flashpoint San Diego Comic-Con variant, right? Wasn't that his first appearance? Thomas Wayne's first appearance?
Oh, I don't know what that one is you're talking about.
Yeah, because I was always thinking it was Flashpoint 1, but the black and white was always one I was looking for. Because I can't remember what number and variant it was. Like 1 in 100.
I'm looking at it. Let's see here. First appearance. Detective 33. What? Huh?
Oh,
is that Thomas Wayne?
Yeah. Oh, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at Thomas Wayne Flashpoint. Flashpoint Volume 2, Number 1. Yeah. So isn't there the red variant from San Diego Comic-Con for this? So anyways, be on the lookout. Thomas Wayne's coming back, and Jeff Johns is going to be writing it. That's pretty dope. I'm looking forward to that. Here's your cover. I imagine they'll probably look they got Penguin in it, of course. That's badass right there.
He's got the Aquaman spear.
Yeah.
Trident.
That's cool. Is it going to be black and white? No, look at that. Look how good that looks. Holy cow.
It looks really good because Johns wrote the 52 Aquaman as well, right?
Yep.
'Cause that was a great series when he was on.
Yeah. Here we go. Patrick N says San Diego Comic-Con Adam Kubert variant. Yep. That was the one to get. This is beautiful. There we go. I'm all for it. All right. I'm gonna have to start reading DC again. Well, I still read the Son of Kal-El stuff, but I'm gonna have to start reading something more interesting. That'll be cool. We'll see what happens. You never know. Moon Knight. Moon Knight's coming. January 17th. Fans will get an extended look at Oscar Isaac's 2022 debut as Marvel Studios' new show.
Yeah, any minute, whenever halftime hits, I think.
Yep. So it's not looking good for the Cardinals. Not looking good. I don't even want to look. So we looked at the books not too long ago, saw what they were selling for. Everything's starting to get just pop right now on Moon Knight. That Moon Knight #1 selling a bunch. Love that Khonshu image right there. Shout out to Bird City Comics who did a dope Khonshu variant.
I still can't believe the Moon Knight first series #1 prices. It boggles my mind.
That's what I'm talking about. That stuff is going crazy, man. Absolutely bonkers.
Chat said the trailer's on right now.
Yeah.
All right, let me find it. We'll get rid of it on the replay, but we'll play it for us. I
mean, to me, sometimes I'm like, who's paying those prices for those books? It's like, I can't wrap my head around it.
I don't know. Their money's green at my house, though.
I don't know where it is. It just is like, you can't wrap your head around that book was worthless 10 years ago. Like, couldn't give it away.
Yeah, John, I mentioned that I actually was pulling these out of the dollar bin literally 10 years ago from the Hall of Comics.
Yeah, I mean, I remember being at shows, having them on, $10 or $5 to $10 tops, and they wouldn't sell a copy.
Now, is that the one that the one in 1980 that has the first Bushman and it has the different alter egos? Like, was it John Blakely and the cab driver? I can't remember the names.
Yeah. And
so I guess people are checking on the first appearances.
It's just wild. So yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what's the entry point for new people getting into this hobby? Like when books like that are the prices there, what's the entry point?
What do you mean?
What are you buying to get, you can't afford any into our hobby. Let's say you're coming in the last year. What the hell are you buying? You can't afford anything. Yeah. It's all so high. You're going to come in and drop, a couple $100 on that. And you're like, well, that, a minor key.
Where can I find this damn trailer?
It's playing right now
on TV, but
yeah,
give it a 2-3 minutes. It'll pop up.
If any of you guys find the link, let me know. We'll watch it live. I don't know. I'm really stoked for it. I think Oscar Isaac is going to be amazing. I think he's a really dope actor. I think he's perfect to play a dude with split personality disorder, psychosis stuff. It's going to be really good.
Yeah, the little flashes of it you kind of get in the teaser looked good.
Yeah.
What do you think about the outfit?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
I think it was a really hard one to even attempt. So
that's what I was trying to figure out. I don't think you can go with the one that's in the comic book, and I'm not sure. Maybe it's being colorblind. I can't kind of make it out a little bit. So,
hi Nathan says the trailer playing during the playoffs is good for all of us. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's for sure. It'll make those books move a little bit more. That's for sure. Trailer on now.
Heard that before, Joe. Joe's got that slow TV down there or something.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited for it. I know the big books are still crazy, but be on the lookout for some of those smaller plays and that Moon Knight stuff. There's so many good, like underrated books in that, all those Moon Knight runs. We always talk about the Platt stuff and the Sienkiewicz stuff, and that type of stuff. But
Is it 25? That's the first Black Spectre, and I think it's 24. That's before that. It almost feels like that's everybody talks about the negative space variants, but that's the one to me that I grabbed a long time ago because just the artwork itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's still going to be spec play on it. I don't think it's dried up yet. I mean, there's the villains. There's going to be a season 2. So if you're on it and you catch it in time, I'm sure there's definitely still books out there to buy.
Yeah, there's the one also like West Coast Avengers when he joins that team as well. So
here we go. I got it. Boom.
Right, so like I was just watching. I couldn't catch any.
I got it. Got it. All right, hold on there.
Yeah, plus picking apart the trailer like right now.
All right, here we go. Let me share it.
And my copy was sold long ago.
All right. So at 21 minutes exactly. Let's do it.
Hello, and welcome to Staying Awake.
I have a sleeping disorder. I can't tell the difference between my waking life and dreams.
Hello, and welcome to Staying Awake.
I think I'm losing it.
We'll catch you on. You're bloody useless, Stevie.
Stephen. I can't tell the difference between life and dreams.
Thank you.
Lost the contact lens.
Hope you find it.
Thanks.
Looks like a bad acid trip.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're alive. What's wrong with you, Mark?
Why did you call me Mark? That must be very difficult. Voice in your head. There's chaos in you. Embrace the chaos.
Yeah. It looked like a werewolf. Did you guys see that? Did it look like a werewolf?
No, I think that was his costume coming on.
Look at the thing that he's hitting.
I gotta go back a little further.
Yeah, that's a werewolf. That's 100%. That's a werewolf.
Yeah.
Either or it's Khonshu or something.
Yeah, it's something
an Egyptian dog god,
or Jack Russell.
Yeah, dog god or something.
A Jack Russell, not Jack Russell. Jack Russell.
One of those Egyptian things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anubis or something.
Yeah, you can hear it barking and shit.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I'm all for this now. I'm stoked.
Yeah,
that doesn't look as bad as I thought.
It's a different take on the costume.
I dig it.
Yeah. I thought this was like a lightsaber for a second there. I'm like, why does he have a lightsaber?
Crossover. Yeah, that should be good.
Yeah. That's pretty dope. Well, there we go. Live on Flipside. That we'll probably have to cut out. It's all good, though. It's all good. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, I agree. Cool as fuck. Patrick M. said, this still should have been Netflix so it could go full mature take. But take what we can get. Yeah, I agree. Have they said what? Did they rate? Did they rate it R or PG-13 or something or mature?
I think everything's PG-13.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's take a live look in, right? Let's take a live look in on eBay. Moon Knight number one.
I think
Let's
you're
see
going to need to give it a little longer, honestly.
Well, I know, but I want to see
people
what
to
Moon Knight.
mentally process.
Yeah,
you'll see the
All right.
prices change for selling,
Yeah.
but they probably went up this morning.
Here's some recent sales from Moon Knight stuff. $125 buy it now for a raw copy of Moon Knight #1. $143 on 7 bids.
Holy mackerel.
That's my point. Like, that's a lot.
That is a lot, and that book was $124. That's a $125 book on raw now, you guys. And that's only 25. Like this is $30 for that. That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, Scotty Young, $30 for that now. I like that. The Lemire run is great. They're probably gonna pick heavily off of that. Yeah, $179 for 9.0. $100. Yep. Well, there you go. Moon Knight people. Start selling your book.
Oh my god, that 5.0. I wonder what that sold for.
Probably
I can't remember.
$2,000.
I can't remember what my grade was, but yeah, it's probably best not to remind myself.
Oh, I sold that one when I sold my Gym 83 at IndieCon, I don't know, many years ago. Part of the deal was an 8.5 Werewolf by Night that I immediately sold for cash for like $900 the same day.
Well, it was good at the time.
It was a good deal at the time.
Little did we know.
So let's get into some of the Star Wars stuff. Have you guys seen the jump on Star Wars 20?
No, I have.
About the Grogu and the Darth Vader 20 with Grogu.
Yeah, we'll get to that one next.
Okay.
But the regular Star Wars, right?
Is that the one with
that just
Elzar
came
Man?
out? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on with that? Did you read that yet?
Yeah, just I read it the other day, and it really kind of ties back to. It seems like one of the characters, and I think it may be his first appearance, Elzar Man, and he would tie back to Ava, or no, I always mess up her name, like Ava Chris with the Knights of the Old Republic. And so if it starts getting into kind of breeding across both and starts, so it's got to be like his first appearance, because he's basically Luke goes to another planet to try and understand more about the Force, and basically it's almost like an image where Luke gets kind of swallowed into the ground and then basically talks to him, and then every Jedi who's ever been there, basically a part of them is kind of left there at that time.
Wow.
So,
yeah, people I remember somebody hit me up when they first saw it and they said this is gonna be a big book. I guess that Elzar Man's supposed to be some crazy big Jedi, right? And then Chris, there's a cover with Chris riding a Rancor rider, right?
I haven't seen that cover.
Riding a Rancor, I think. Anyways,
Drew mentioned that.
Well, that's Star Wars High Republic 5. That's not Chris riding a Rancor. That's Star Wars High Republic 5 is the first Rancor rider cover, which Drew he totally forgot he even did. I was like, I had to tell him, I'm like, dude, do you realize you have a Rancor rider on your High Republic #5 variant? He's like, oh yeah. As a matter of fact, I think I have that next to me somewhere, maybe. Anyways, yeah. So this is selling because of that just hologram appearance, the ghost of Elzar Man.
But he's in it, almost the entire book. It's basically kind of conversation back and forth between he and Luke.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
So there should be no, controversy about cameo or full. He's in it the whole way.
Yeah. Well, everybody going crazy over Star Wars recently because of Black Chrysanthemum and all that fun stuff. We've seen those prices just go crazy. The Hot 10 was just full of Chrysanthemum books the last couple weeks. And then the other day, we get a leak of a supposed trailer of a show people were calling it. I don't think it's a show. It looks more like a video game. And then it immediately got pulled down from YouTube. You can go find it. You can go see it. Just type in Knights of Ren leak, and I'm sure you'll find it on Facebook or somewhere. And it looks amazing. Like, even if it's a game, it looks amazing. There's these cool parts where, it shows the X-wings flying over the one of the Knights of Ren after he, throws out his lightsabers, and you see this TIE fighter just, fly right over the top of them. It's so badass. It's the Knights of Ren stuff that we wish we had. Like, they totally ruined. They didn't use the Knights of Ren. They pulled a Captain Phasma with the Knights of Ren. You know what I mean? Some of the coolest characters, some of the coolest looking characters, coolest backstories, and they were in it for like 2 seconds, and then they made them kind of look silly. They made them kind of look like a bunch of pussies at the end. So everybody's geeking out over this. It looks really good, and the only problem is that people have picked in, some of the little inaccuracies. Like, they're saying it's a Disney Plus thing, but they use the old Disney Plus, logo at the end and stuff like that. And yeah, like JJ says, it could be a fan trailer, but I think more than likely it's maybe some type of game thing that they were trying to play on, because it really looks really like good game trailer, really good, but it looks awesome. The bottom line isn't whether that is coming or not. It's the fervor that it's creating, because I've had at least 5 people that don't dabble in comics at all, not at all. And not even like that. I didn't even realize they were huge Star Wars fans, hit me up and were like, what's up with that Knights of Ren leak? And a lot of people have been talking about it. So it kind of got me, looking into the Knights of Ren and starting to think about, those comics. I think the first Knights of Ren, wasn't that in Force Awakens number 4 or
number
something
4?
like that? Yeah. Knights of Ren first.
Yeah, just to kind of piggyback what you were saying, Brian. The one thing that, there were quite a few things that last trilogy missed on. But, one of the cool parts is when they do the flashback and you see Kylo and all the Knights of Ren standing outside in the rain after they destroy Luke and the school and just put everything down. Like, you have these guys are badasses, but they just disappeared. Like, you don't see or know anything about them.
Yeah.
They totally missed it.
Yeah. All right, let me find this stuff. Let's see here. Shout out to Drunk Wookie. Star Wars comics first appearances and key events for October. Anyways, I wasn't really prepared to go through all this, but anyways, I think the Knights of Ren stuff is really cool looking too, especially that Raza cover. Remember the Raza cover that just recently came out for Crimson Reign? The cover that we all said everybody should be actually talking about because it was so good. Now there's a chance that the Knights of Ren stuff is causing some backward. So start looking for the Knights of Ren. I think it's just, you could probably get them super cheap. They're not going to be anything crazy, but I think it could be, a fun quick buy that you might be able to make money on now. And I think Raza's art is just awesome in that stuff, but we'll see what happens. Thought that was pretty cool. You guys liking Boba Fett?
I love it.
Yeah, so do I.
I wish they haven't watched. Kids are killing me. Too busy.
Same.
When we were talking last week about people that you want to see, I think the Cad Bane stuff, to your point, but when I start thinking about like the Black Sun and some of these crime syndicates, I wonder if Prince Sizor would end up somehow or another making an appearance as well.
Oh yeah, big time. Shout out to Renovision. I saw them. They did a little like ranking list of the likeliest to show up in Boba Fett, and Shizor did come up in there. And
nice.
I don't know if we'll see him, but I think they could talk about him, right?
Yeah,
I think they could talk about him for
There's
sure.
so many options. So many, but I think with the whole Filoni aspect you kind of hit on, I love, with what they did with Clone Wars, bring their guys in because those guys know how to do the Star Wars universe.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I didn't like what they did with Black Curse standing at the end. Like when he ran away, it made the guy look so powerful and so dominant. Just all of a sudden he's just off screen.
It was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird. The running kind of made him look cheesy.
Yeah.
Like he was so badass that whole time. He was ripping people, he ripped him out of the Bacta tank, and it was like really, really like. Have you ever seen? There's this cool video going around of these 2 silverback gorillas. They're at a zoo and they're fighting. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
That was so crazy. That's what that moment in Boba Fett made me feel like when he ripped him out of that tank. It was just so visceral, and he was fighting all those people. And I know Mel was like, why didn't he why didn't you just shoot people? You know, it's like, no, he's a fucking Wookiee. He wants to rip you apart. You know what I mean? That's what he wants to do. He's Bigfoot. He's crazy Bigfoot, you know? And I thought that was really cool. But then at the end, they could have hit a home run with it by like Boba Fett, like being more clear that like, hey, we know each other. I know you, you know me. And then they shouldn't have even showed him walk off or run off. They should have showed him like walk off, like menacingly, like looking, just walking, like he don't give a fuck, you know? That's what
I thought he may even have him join his crew
yes.
at that point. I mean, that would have made sense as well. And also you had the Hutts change their mind from 2 to 3 like real quickly. Just there are a few little things, but I don't know. You know, any Star Wars is better than a lot of other things.
Yeah, I agree. Everybody's geeking out over Afra, you know, because now there's that obviously Black Chrysanthemum's in there. That's such a good chance that Afra could show up. That will be interesting to see if we get a play on Afra. Afra books are going crazy. And if she does show up, you know, we've got it in the market report tonight, so I'll spoil it. But that Afra Salvador La Roca 1 in 25 and 9.8 is over $2,300 right now.
Good. Keep going.
Yeah. So, all right. A couple more things before we get into market report and all that goodness. Of course, you know, our thumbnail and our main story, I think that we got to talk about here is something crazy. That this sold for $3.36 million. The splash page.
Jesus.
That right there, you guys. $3.36 million.
So who in the chat bought it?
Oh, man.
I don't think anybody thought that's the number.
No.
Like, I don't even think anybody thought it was going to really crack 1 million.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's an absurd amount of money for a page.
Well, how about
it's an absurd amount of money for a cover.
Shout out to Brian.
17, is it 17 by 11? Sorry, what's the size? Or is it just page size?
You're probably pretty close. It looks like the regular page. You can see the blue markings in the back, right?
Yeah, it's a standard OA.
Yeah. So Brian from Heritage says right here, he goes, one has no words that can describe the shock and awe that we witnessed on Thursday with the Secret Wars 8 page. To be honest, I thought I was holding a 500K piece of art, 750K tops, and that would have been unreal. To try and come to grips with the fact that it went for $3.36 million makes me wonder how I was so far off, but we all were. No one saw that coming. This is why you auction off your high-end items. This is why you go to Heritage. Nobody would have gotten that price anywhere else, which is crazy to me. Do you think that that's true? Do you think that if this sold somewhere else, it wouldn't have gotten anywhere near that price? What do you guys think?
Depends on the advertising. Depends on the word of mouth and all
I
that.
mean, a different auction house would have probably got a similar result on a piece of art like that. I mean, the big couple.
I think it makes sense for the auction, just the auction house period, just because those are, you know, the pockets that have that kind of money.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. There's only a couple that truthfully would consider it, but Heritage does get the biggest buyers. Let's be honest, they do.
How about this one?
Fees.
Vinny asks, does all iconic first appearance OA go up now?
Probably.
I don't see why it wouldn't.
Yeah. Do you any guys own any first appearance OA like this?
Oh no.
I'm
My OA is
first appearance. Like it could be anybody.
I was actually telling Paul before the show. I actually bought my first piece of OA the other day just because I got a good deal on it, but I don't have any besides what's coming.
I mean the most. I take that back. The best one is I have the page where they do the in Battle Scars where they call him Agent Coulson for the first time.
Yeah,
but like that's like a 10th tier type thing.
Hey, man,
cool,
that
though.
character was a big character for a long time.
But I mean,
Big
listen,
character.
I don't understand what happened. I mean, somebody had to have it. When we were talking before the show, I'm like, I feel like Dinesh was probably in this mix somewhere because he's bought a lot of the iconic art from that time period. But I mean, that's a big effing number. I mean, that's a monster number. You can, prior to this, you could have got a lot of stuff that people would have considered bigger than this for less than that.
And do you think it was one guy or one woman or a group of people who went in on it?
Well, we were talking about this backstage, and that's a great point to bring up. I think that we're all kind of realizing right now that this big OA and some of these big boy major books might be like investors, like a bunch of investors. All in
Either
together.
that or it's, the what's it called? The fractional investing shit.
Uh-huh.
Because now, no, it's like what are they called? The Otis and all those
that
other
company.
things.
Yeah, but I think a hedge fund place bought this.
It could be that too. But I mean, even let's say you're the fractional share place. You pay $3 million. You're gonna break it up and piece it out for $4 or $5 million. You're gonna make money.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of these places are getting so much, liquidity that they can do what they want, and once that price is paid, they're going to fractionalize it and make whatever their premium is either way. So I think that's why some of this stuff is happening.
Yeah.
Jesus. What would that be if that were the cover?
Yeah.
They're going to turn it into an NFT.
Where's the rest? I was thinking NFT.
I just
a timeshare. You get to own it for these days out of the year.
I don't know. I think though this is gonna break the OA market to a degree.
Yeah.
Why? How do you mean? As far as good prices are gone?
No, I just think it's gonna throw so much chaos that you don't know what anything's worth right now, do you?
No. That's why you got to.
If you had a concept of what a great piece was worth yesterday, or the day before that, you no longer do.
Yeah.
Like, this is not a cover. It's not even the first technical appearance. This is just the origin appearance. It's a great piece, but it's not like the most amazing piece of art ever, right? It's a good image.
Yeah. It's always been the Wild West, but this right here, like, makes it just double so. You thought you were safe in that town.
Here's another great question. Hi, Nathan says, does this affect the book price?
I don't think so. I think these two universes are connected, but not that way.
I bet you it affects the book price. I bet you a little bit. I bet you we see a nice little bump on it.
With Craig was saying he's going to look for OA of Moon Knight. I wonder if people are going to maybe shift to OA of Future Spec instead of the books.
They should. We've been talking about that for a while. I think OA is, it's not as underrated as it used to be, but still it doesn't have the eyes on it. There's a lot of OA that's been selling lately. So
yeah, if you can afford to buy it, that was what I was doing when I first got in, was just, I bought a page from Guardians of the Galaxy 1 from that series, just something cool from a book that was cool, but not iconic. So it's just interesting. I don't know. I don't even know what I think on this whole thing right now.
Is there foreign OA? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yes, and sort of. There's completely original foreign stuff. Like I've seen guys with some of the Brazilian horror, like original art and paintings. And there's original quote art that they use to make the foreign covers, but a lot of them are just the American cover recolored. So I don't truly understand what. It's not the same. It's not like the original drawing a lot of the time. It's I don't know if it's re-inked or if it's a blue line. I couldn't give you a good lesson on it, but there is some original stuff that's just completely unique. The one I pissed off about, there was a completely unique Ghost Rider cover painted that I stared at for probably 6 months and should have bought for $1,000 or something. And somebody finally bought it, and I'm like, man, that was probably a $5,000 piece, just because nobody knew what it was.
Who was it? Someone, Joseph was asking if it's graded. It wouldn't be graded. It would just be.
They can grade OA.
Would that, I thought it would just be encapsulated. Maybe I'm just thinking.
Maybe you're right.
Would you?
Don't really. There's no point in. There's only one copy. You know, you're not comparing against anything else. There is condition.
I think it would.
They're not really grading it to compare it to other copies of that item. You know, they're all one of a kind.
I would consult with that money or whoever. Anyway, consult a museum and figure out preservation versus encapsulation for any grading company. I'd be like, look, what do I have to do to Mona Lisa this bitch? Like,
I don't know that they'd encapsulate it that way. I mean, the movie posters aren't in a hard case, are they? I think they're in a soft type thing.
I forgot that they did those.
Not the playbills. The you know what I'm talking about. They do posters. They do
like
concert posters and shit.
Yeah.
But they're not hard cases.
Yeah, are they like a top loader kind of? I don't know. It's a good question.
They're sealed.
They seal them, but it's like a soft.
Yeah, like that. That's what I mean. Like the flexibility of a top.
But they don't grade this stuff that I've ever seen. Like I said, there's nothing to compare it to. There's no other editions. It's either yellowed, it's not yellowed, it's got water damage, it doesn't, it's got sharp stuff, it doesn't, but it's not been taken that way.
Yeah. Cool. Hell of a buy for I don't know. Who knows? One person or a conglomerate.
Well, it's good for comic books, I'll say that.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's good for comic books.
Maybe Nick Cage bought it.
Yeah. He paid off his tax loan.
You're gonna see him a lot in a lot of movies, a lot more movies now. Like, will you be
He's
in?
Had a good year.
Yeah.
This I don't know about this stuff. Really?
This is funny when my 9-year-old's telling me about this
one.
What do you think, Paul?
I'm thinking that if someone this big spends this big money and that's what he got, has there been any follow-up? Like, it's got to get traced back somewhere. It's not just some guy at the market that is. Like,
somebody said
who's held accountable
from somebody who purchased from somebody. Like, it's not like the last person that had it in their hand was the person that did it. I don't know if it's real, not real, but like the story is that it wasn't like he just bought it off somebody unknown. It was like it passed through a couple sellers and been sitting, you know.
I think it's a PR thing, but I don't know. I mean, it's a cool thing to dream about. I remember back when, I don't think it was first edition, but maybe off the top of my head, $350, $400. I almost bought a box off eBay. However many years ago that was.
Dealer Flipside. That or that Pokemon box or the original art Secret Wars 8?
I would take the Secret Wars 8 all day, every day.
But I need that Tripwire rookie card out of G.I. Joe box. So
yeah.
You wouldn't do a box break on Whatnot for that? Well,
let me fill everybody in because I've been following this pretty heavy. This has been so interesting to me.
Yeah, tell me what you know.
So I talked about this, I think, on Drunken Chat, and some people just couldn't understand it. But I think Z kind of hit on the main part. Everybody's saying, "Oh, it was staged. It's a PR thing. This and that." No, here's the reason why. Because people knew it. They've been able to go back and see the original posting. Right, this thing sold 3 times before Logan Paul had it. Since March, 3 times since March, right? Here are the original photos of the sale, okay? And any normal Pokemon person that is not normal person, any Pokemon person would be able to tell you that this is fake from the very first pictures of the very first sale. And here's where the problem happened. None of these people that bought it were Pokemon people. They were investment people, right? And that is the problem. We are having so many people coming into this collectible industry that the scams are hard and heavy. And here's the bottom line. So this is the photo from the first sale. All Pokemon, the Pokemon cases have this little sticker on it, right? With the UPC on it saying what it is. Here it says Pokemon base set boosters with first edition, da 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 da. It's not first edition base set Pokemon first edition, because original base set first edition cases have WOC, which stand for Wizards of the Coast, 060331. There is no E on the end of it, right? Or one E on the end of it. There's just the 6033. And I'll show you guys this webpage, PokeBeach, which is one of the main people that it's like one of the main Pokemon websites. This is what an original first edition case sticker looks like. All right. And this, people saw the original sale that happened on eBay back in March. This is a screenshot of it when it had 86 bids and it was at $91,000. And Pokemon people saw it.
15 feedback.
Yeah, 15 feedback. The guy changed his name to #1 Pokemon Master right before the sale. They called him out. People were saying this is fake, and people just got too crazy. The hype just got too crazy. So basically, fans could place their bids for 10 days on the original sale. The seller, #1 Pokemon Master, had almost no feedback, and their listing was riddled with significant grammar errors. The seller also changed their username right before the auction went live as to hide their history. Many collectors in our community immediately assumed the auction was a scam. The seller advertised the box as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so clearly understood its value. Yet someone who understands the value of this item wouldn't also sell it on eBay and wouldn't ship it to the winner via $30 Canadian post. They usually contact an auction house or a respected seller. So that's, again, we go back to the original sale. So basically, this guy got hit up behind the scenes because the original auction ended on April 9th with 86 bids. The highest bid was only $72,000. This indicates indicated Pokemon's most serious collectors weren't interested in the item. If they thought it was real, there would have been way above the final amount. And basically, individual first edition boxes are going for about $430,000 each at the time of this, right? So people knew it wasn't a thing. Well, some idiot contacted the seller, and after the highest bid, it says here, the seller accepted the highest bid, which was made by PSA Pikachu for $72,000. Both he and the seller agreed to cancel the eBay auction and continue their deal off eBay for more than the winning bid. However, the buyer bailed, and when the seller wouldn't let him fly over to inspect the box. Hiding the box from inspection is another red flag. The seller then next offered the box at Card Kahuna, who purchased the box for an undisclosed price. The box was shipped to him in the United States without insurance. There's your first sale. Card Kahuna then made a video. You could click on it and go see it. I'll put the link to all this in the chat so people know this. Card Kahuna then made a video showing he and his friends receiving the box. According to them, an authentication company named Baseball Card Exchange. We've been talking about Baseball Card Exchange since OG days on Flipside. They are what their name says. Baseball Card Exchange. They are not trading card exchange. They are sports cards experts. They are unopened sports cards experts. They're not trading card experts. So anyways, the guy said he was going to contact Baseball Card Exchange, and so they got them present to authenticate the box. While their company has significant presence and experience in the world of sports collectors, their reputation is non-existent in the Pokemon community when it comes to authenticating anything other than individual booster packs. Nevertheless, they stated the box was real and then wrapped it in their company's shrink wrap. And you guys can see in the pictures when Logan Paul got it, I'll show that in a second here. It's wrapped in their stuff. So, but the company did not publicly show their authentication progress. When a hot ticket item like this has this much controversy, companies usually go into detail about their process by displaying the evidence. Before the box ever reached this stage, some collectors predicted it would be authenticated by a relatively inexperienced company to give it legitimacy. Like, how obvious is this? This was so obvious. And again, it's so many new people getting into the hobby that just don't know. So it says here, from here, Card Kahuna sold the box for $2.7 million to sports cards enthusiast Shine 150, who was the guy that sold it to Logan Paul. Then he sold it to Logan Paul for $3.5 million, right? And here it is, them putting together the deal.
That's a $3.5 million box.
We're sitting in the vicinity of 11 first edition base set Pokemon boxes.
See the baseball card exchange on it?
This will probably never happen again. Is this the only one that we know of that exists?
Until somebody shows another one, it's the only one.
How many first?
That is why it sold for so much to begin with. People are asking, why is this going for so much? You know, if base card boxes are only selling, it's because it was quote unquote one of the only known unopened cases to exist. This case should have never been opened, right? And it could have gone forever, thinking it was a first edition case. You know, if the scammers didn't fuck up, and scammers usually fuck up, right? So basically, that's what happened. People started tripping out. So then people started hitting him up, letting him know. He went back to the baseball card exchange. They got together. Baseball card exchange opened it up in front of them because, you know, they basically realized it too. When they opened it up, they found the boxes. They were fake boxes. They were resealed with G.I. Joe packs inside.
Ooh, bitch.
Yeah.
Now he needs to sell those.
Yeah, all fake.
Now he could sell those for the nostalgia of
I'll take.
Remember Logan? Yeah, remember the Logan Paul? I got one of those packs. Can you believe it?
Yeah. So, and I get everybody's like, oh, it's so fake because of the way he acted. Come on, not everybody's gonna go punch out this dude next to him when he finds out he lost money, right? I mean, not everybody's gonna go fucking Wookiee crazy, Black Chrysanthemum crazy on the dude that sold him the box. You know what I mean? Rich people get their money back. That Logan Paul knew from jump that he started hearing that this was fake, that he could get his money back. Here's the problem. And this is why I don't think it's fake at all. Baseball card exchange would never, their name is so sullied right now that, like, why would they even take part in something like that? It ruins their whole reputation. This could do to baseball card exchange, which, remember guys, if you ever send any packages, sports card packages or boxes into PSA to get graded, guess who grades them? Steve Hart from Baseball Card Exchange. The same Steve Hart that put his name on the line like an idiot, not knowing what he was doing, because guess what? He probably thought it would never be opened. Which, I mean, I'm not going to say that's exactly what he thought. We can't step in his shoes. If I'm standing from his shoes right now, I kind of feel bad for him a little bit because, you know, the dude is taking a lot of heat. But supposedly, here's what's happened. It says here, to review the base set box first appeared in Canada, blah, blah, blah. The dubious eBay seller sold the case to Card Kahuna and his group for an undisclosed amount, and then flipped it for $2.7 million. He sold it to Logan Paul for $3.5. Gabby and his group invited Baseball Card Exchange to authenticate the box and stream the event. However, Baseball Card Exchange did not show their authentication process, which has been raised even more flags. They also aren't known for authenticating Pokemon booster packages. So this is, if you guys want to go read this more, it goes all through there.
No, that I'm glad you found this article on Reddit because
Logan Paul,
I thought it was him just a publicity stunt.
Yeah, from last I heard, according to @CardPerm, Logan Paul was credited back his $3.5 million by Shine 150. However, Shine 150 has to now lawyer up to get his money back from Jacob and his associates who sold it to him. They're refusing to return his money, again showing the shady behavior of their group. So it's crazy. You guys can follow this.
What was that one, though? That was the actual Pokemon pack, though. That was in that last.
No, this is another person opening a Pokemon pack. That was that was showing his old YouTube channel. It's just it's
on education.
People being educated. Again, we've talked about that a lot on this channel too. Like there's a lot of places where you have uneducated people selling comic books, telling you how great these comic books are. We call them trash pandas, this and that. That's why if you're selling on Whatnot or eBay or this and that, it all your reputation is such a big thing. And now Baseball Card Exchange reputation, which was super high, I mean, to begin with, crazy high in respect level and authentication level in the sports card industry. Now, in a snap, it's gone, which sucks.
Do you know how much they get for authenticating something like that? So if it's a $3.5 million box, do they get 1% or so many basis points?
That's a great question. That is a great question.
Because I can see why the only reason they would get in that, being sports cards people, is it just because of the money? I mean, realistically, because you're talking $3.5 million, you get 1% of that for verifying it. That's a big payday.
Yeah, let me look here. I'm looking up see if they get paid money. That's a great question.
But whatever you're getting paid, it's not worth the risk if obviously you're verifying something that's not valid.
Yeah. Chat, if you guys know anything about if they get paid, let us know. I'm not going to look that up right now. It's going to take too much time, but I wouldn't be surprised. They probably take a cut. Probably 5 to 10K. You think? Is that what you think? Yeah. Well, here's the other funny thing. Yeah, Jay Nunya says Logan Paul lost the $3.5 million on, or he got it back, but in the same week, basically, he had to publicly come out and say Floyd Mayweather hasn't paid him his $5 million for the fight, and he's bought a fucking fake $3.5 million thing of Pokemon. $8.5 million loss in a week. But the rich stay rich.
Mayweather, why would he have to pay him? You think there would be broker deals where he would get his money from a third party, which shouldn't come from the other boxers. That's just a bad contract. Whoever's negotiating, the lawyers, whoever negotiates that, seems like something's not done correctly.
Yeah. Big Remo says, I know I wouldn't be touting I'm a diamond expert if I'm not. Yeah, exactly. I agree. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's crazy. But it's big news, and it's pretty interesting to see the whole process behind the scenes. And everybody are talking about the collectible industry. I still get people calling me saying, oh, I saw this on the TV, on the news, the local news tonight. They were talking about how much money people are making in sports cards and comic books and all that stuff. It's crazy.
Well, it's on CNBC now at times in the morning. We were talking about the OA market when it starts talking about collectibles and getting in with hedge funds and just the amount of money. I mean, when it starts making the mainstream and those kind of channels, there's a lot of money coming in.
Yeah. All right, we're an hour in, you guys. Let's get into the Flipside market report for January 17th, 2022. Let's get into it. Boom. Your favorite book shows back up on the list. Well, there was two of your favorite books this week that sold. I saw Crow sold too.
I saw Crow not on eBay, but there was one.
Really?
Well, there was a Crow. There was a 9.8 sale on Heritage too.
Yeah.
I think Heritage. Yeah. Special edition 610. Lots, 8 bids, but it's a surprising price for a raw. I mean, I know it's listed near Mint Plus, but man, those things are notorious for rusty staples and all kinds of things going on. The staples are rough on that book. Oversized. So it's a bitch. I haven't seen any of the 9.8 sell. They've been priced around $2K or $2,500. I haven't seen them move yet, but it does seem to be getting a resurgence for that book. So
yeah,
keep an eye out. It's a mofo though. The white's much easier than the blue because it'll press a little better. So hold on.
Wow, this is crazy. Well, I'll talk about it after the market report.
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't ready here. Teen Titans still slowly going up. I mean, it feels like just last year this was an $800 9.8, and now it's $1,600 and change, heading towards $1,700. Just kind of climbing a couple bucks each sale. Feels like so. DC's weird, man. Some of it's moving and some of it is dead. Somewhere down the line, I've got some other stuff, and I'm like, it feels like the same price it was years ago.
Does this pop when the new series comes out on HBO, or is it just consistently kind of working its way up?
It's been slowly going up. I don't think that series has really done a ton for it. I mean, it's a good thing to watch, but I don't think the spec. There's not enough people on HBO Max watching it. I think it's just not really hitting, and it's feels like almost an Elseworlds tale because it's not really tied to much of anything. So, Walking Dead back in the 3K land for a 9.8. We all thought this book was going to be DOA, drop through the heavens to nothing, but I think it's just important enough that it's gonna keep its place.
You got a 9.9 of this, dude?
Mm-hmm.
Wow!
Holy
the
shit.
black image.
I'd have to let you look at it. I'll show you after the show.
How long ago? How long do you have that?
Probably a year and a half. Not too long.
I haven't seen a 9.9 go in a bit. So
yeah, have you guys?
It was one of those rare things, and I told my dad about it. And he doesn't know anything about The Walking Dead, but he knew how popular it was, and he was like, "How much do you think that'll cost?" I was like, "You want to get into comics?" Again, talk about people who don't know about comics and willing to kind of throw some money down. Just
9.9s are a little bit of the OA because you don't know what the fuck to price them at.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, sometimes you see them at double the triple of 9.8, and sometimes way more.
Have you seen Big Clutch's variant for this yet? Or
no?
I don't. Man, am I speaking out? I hope I'm not. Let me look this up.
God, I just had a mental flashback. Remember, we have a friend who purchased that preliminary sketch for New Mutants 98.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think that's fucking worth now?
Yeah, Joe talked about it in the beginning of the show.
Oh, God.
And I don't know if you saw Vinny's comment. I think he said he had the OA for 96 or had something for OA for 96.
86, yeah.
86, sorry.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
the preview for Cable.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. 9.9. Jesus, you just threw me.
Wow.
I know, dude. That's fucking awesome. That is great.
Look at that.
So here, I'm going to show you
Nice
guys
jump.
this. I'm not speaking out of turn. Pop that down real quick.
Yeah.
Z. This
Oh,
is
very cool.
Big Clutch's Stray Dogs variant for Dog Days that he did. Skybound.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So that's awesome. I thought that was one of the better ones that I've seen. And I love because not because I'm a huge Walking Dead fan, but just because I have a Walking Dead collection and I'm only going to keep the number one. I started going through the collection and keeping some of the homages to number one. And there's a lot of really good homages they did for Walking Dead number one. So
yeah, definitely.
The guy who hates homages is collecting homages.
Yeah, at least you didn't choose the ASM 300.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 1,500 for the newsstand.
You know, when Star Wars was cold going into the fall or the end of the year, not exactly the end of the year, but, you know, this thing went from like 1,800 down to around 500, 600. And to see it at this level.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was down. Whew. So, that one just, I saw
newsstand. Okay.
I had to do a double take.
That. Yeah. So I haven't seen a newsstand 9.8. So maybe that's probably got a lot to do with it.
Did I miss Brian's Paul moment?
No,
not yet.
It's coming up.
So this one is one I'm talking about, like DC Silver Age Dead. I had an 8. I had a bunch of them. I had an 8.0, 8.5, 8, some 7s, and I think I sold it out at $900 3 years ago. So it's not really moved significantly, which is interesting considering the new Teen Titans, the DC 28's been constantly kind of careening up. This one has not. So DC Silver Age just doesn't seem to get it. I mean, I understand it's not the coolest cover and lots of things going wrong, but some of the DC stuff just is not got any life in it.
There we go.
Big boy, good girl art here. This is one of those covers you always see, one of the kind of the classics. A nice price for a 7.0. It's a hell of a nice grade for that particular book. So,
do you think it would be double value or anything higher if she was in red instead of green? Or it wouldn't. It just wouldn't. It wouldn't fit with the theme.
No,
right?
I think the green makes this particular one
because
there's a lot of red dresses.
It looks more like a flight suit jump out of an airplane style.
Yeah, I mean, if you got to jump out of an airplane, you better at least have a green dress.
I don't know. High heels, though, right?
It'd be inappropriate
to wear
a red dress in combat.
True. Yeah. Gotta wear your brown pants.
This book, out of fucking left field to me. Just
who is that on the cover?
That is, I thought it was John F. Kennedy Jr. forever, dude, when I was first getting back in the comics. Right? No, that was one of the guys that won the competition for Donkey Kong or something like that.
Oh, that's an actor. He starred in Little House on the Prairie, but he also did a movie. He also did a short-lived TV show called Whiz Kids.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, early 80s computer tech kid, and that's why that's the connection.
So the drop.
That's knowledge.
That's some Oracle shit there.
Yeah, because in one of my haul videos years ago, I had shown off a copy of Blip #1, and there was, and I was just like, "Who is this kid?" And and I just kind of did a deep dive on him.
The Google wormhole.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Okay, so his name is Matthew Labrador.
Nice.
Check this out.
Somebody better get an SS from his ass.
Vinny is saying, definitely the video collectors making Blip pop. I hear them talk about it all the time. That's crazy.
All right.
I also want to.
There's a newsstand.
That table in the background, or whatever they're shooting on, is intense. I love it. Their background.
Yeah. Is it? You mean the game he's playing?
No, the whoever shot it is whoever's.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah, yeah. It's.
I mean, I'm getting the point just because we do this so much that I just like to comment when somebody does something different.
Looks like something out of Beetlejuice.
Very valid. This one, I just don't see this book in high grade ever. Solar Man of the Atom 1, 8.5 is one of the nicest ones I've freaking seen come for sale.
Yeah, that's a wild cover.
Honestly, this is one I'd wish I'd paid attention to. I sold my low grade copy at some point, thinking I'd get a nicer one, and they just don't come around. So,
the second most undervalued comic of all time.
Listen, all of these gold key ones are undervalued, and you can get them cheap, but finding them anywhere in the 8s or above is nearly impossible. I've been looking for a Magnus 8.0 or above forever. I had a 7.5, and I thought, I'm going to upgrade it. I've seen one pop up, and I didn't buy it. They're nuts. Little toy for you guys. I think we talked about this one not too long ago, but they seem to still be selling. Though I think you can get the book raw for this, so I don't understand why the toy doesn't go for a little more premium.
We had it on the market report last week again. I think it sold for like $800 last week. So,
so this one just must have been, maybe it didn't include the white or something. Some factor didn't hit. I think I talked about it on the last time I did it, which would be 3 or 4 weeks ago. So,
well, it's been hot ever since.
I wonder how that Star Wars one's doing.
But I don't understand why it wouldn't go for more of a premium sealed. Now, I understand it's graded 9.8, but I think some of these books are moving near that price, aren't they?
No, they're like 200 raw, I think.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I bought about 4 of these early on at, $40, $50, $60 long ago and pressed some and whatever. But that box is just brutal.
Yeah. KB Toys exclusive.
Man, I love that store.
Teen Titans going up a little bit. This one had kind of lulled to about 400. It spiked a little before Titans on HBO. Not much, just a little. But I guess the Nightwing news has got some life back in it because this was trending back down to 4. This is not even a newsstand, so heading back up. I guess a book to kind of watch. I rarely include autographs here, but but I don't know that I've ever seen such a beast. Stallone
awesome.
on Judge Dredd.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
know that I've seen a Stallone SS or that I've noticed.
That's a cool book.
That's awesome.
I mean, did he autograph recently? I guess I should have pulled up the label and looked. I guess maybe he has for the Marvel stuff. I don't know that I've ever seen one. I've seen the Schwarzeneggers for the Conan and all that, but I don't know that I've seen Stallone. So, one more. I did this for Paul, but this Underworld Blood Wars 1. This book, you used to be able to flip this one for ridiculous money, finding it raw. I found, I don't know, at least 2 in dollar bins or near dollar bins and sold them for a couple $100 raw in, one of those listed and it sells in a day.
I think I had the one where I had 2 copies of Underworld, but I think it's the one where she had her hood up or something. But yeah, just
is there a different one that's a little more?
No, I don't know. I try to forget this book exists just because.
But I mean, honestly, at 9, this book is
that feels like it went low.
It's a card stock, so it probably grades high very often. But that's a nice looking Sig with the red and 9.9.
Yeah.
I'm not even a back and sale person, but that's a nice looking book. So
I would love to have this.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I don't usually highlight them, but just struck my fancy. Mickey Mouse. Dino had pointed this one out to me too, but yeah, this one you don't see. I won't say you don't see it often, but you don't see it a ton. You get that Disney cross collecting early comics. Some of these are still deals in my mind because they are not picking up. And they're not superheroes, so that's probably why, but at some point you would think that they'd start. I've got a friend in the foreign community who's been kind of going back to some of the Disney early stuff because he's like, looking back from where I was 5 years ago, this stuff's cheap. I can buy this stuff compared to what I buy in the superhero world, and the prices are the same that they used to be. So, something to watch out for as the world gets too expensive for everything else. This one's just for me. I've never seen. I missed this bitch.
Jesus.
Wow.
I think I had an 8.0 that I let go at some point.
Is that the Tiger, upon. Mr. Tawny?
Yeah, the Tiger. This is one of those that doesn't.
Was that the starting bid?
Looks like it was maybe a one bid type thing. This is one of those that you can't find faucets anyways, but when you do, people aren't looking for it, but seems to sell for a premium online because people do like this Mr. Tawny, but that's an incredibly high grade for that book.
Yeah. I feel like that was probably a decent deal.
Yeah. I mean, somebody wanted it bad, but I don't think it's necessarily going to go down.
Yeah.
It's not high enough that it's nuclear. This one was a weird one to me.
Yeah.
Picks were pretty terrible.
Right? There was a 7.0 that went for like $468. And this is raw. It says 9.4 ? 9.6 ?
Yeah. I mean, I scanned
48 bids.
Quick. Well, I mean, who knows? It could be great. Could get you a 9.4, 9.6, but I don't know that I prefer to play in that market like that.
Did they show the whole cover in the?
They do. There's some pictures.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say.
But I mean, you're just taking such a gamble. At that point, I just assume buy it graded.
That's so much money. Oh, it's so crazy. I wonder if people had an idea of whose it was and that type of thing, because that's so much money for them and a lot of bids.
Wow. What would a 9.2 go for? Like an actual graded 9.2? If you just go down an actual.
I don't have it handy, but I guess my thing is though, we also we look at that as a lot of money, but if we're talking the people paying $3 million, maybe that's not a lot of money.
Yep.
Yeah. In their mind, it's just missing those last couple zeros.
That's a gamble. I'll take it.
Yep.
Of course, those people aren't buying ungraded shit, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But maybe some of them are the people wealthier than us, but not the 3 million wealthy.
An 8.5 is listed for $2,200.
Wow.
I think that's a tad high, though.
Not anymore. Here's that $2,300 9.8
Oh, you put this one in here. I don't think I did.
Yeah. I think the rest of these are mine.
Okay.
I had one of those. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I had it raw.
Story. Well, I think it's a mix, but
I still don't own one of these. I wish I did. I really wish.
It's one of those that came out and it was hot, and you're like, it'll come down. It'll come down. And you never really hit that number. You felt good about it.
Another 2 sold this week. One for 2,300 and then one for like 2,100, I think. So, did you see this?
Oh,
$1,500 for a newsstand 9.8 X-Men 221.
Stop it.
36 bigs. That is crazy. That is crazy.
It's not even like, okay, if that were a So Much Fun, X-Men Classic,
Mark Jewelers,
I would. If it were like any of those variations, I'd be like, okay, yeah, all right. But
maybe the insiders know and they're buying.
Yep.
And we're gonna look back at this and go, well, that was cheap.
Check this out. I didn't get to look at it very well. Marvel Spotlight number 5, first Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider, $1,300 with 42 bids raw. I don't think I'll ever get one of these. Next on the list, this was interesting. A 9.8. I feel like this is low, right? I feel like this is.
It died. I mean, it died a slow death.
I thought that book died.
Yeah.
Well,
it's coming back.
You got season 3 on the horizon.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Yep. Yeah. So, season 3 on the horizon. We'll see what happens. This was interesting. Astounding Wolfman number 17 variant. $1,000 raw on 31 bids.
What the fuck is that?
Just one of the random
Wolfman
image.
17 probably didn't have a ton of copies to begin with, yet alone a variant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't know it existed.
Now
I
you do.
I think I
searching.
just skipped past it because I was so confused what it was.
Yeah. Rick and Morty 9.2 of the 1 in 50, $810 for 9.2. God, this book was on. We talked about this book so much back a couple years ago. This book was like,
yep.
I think I saw this and didn't process that it was only a 9.2 at that price.
Yeah. Nerd Out for What says the Umbrella Academy book died because they used the same art for the collected edition, and you're right. I remember that. That's kind of a bummer. It's kind of a bummer, but we'll see what happens in season 3. I do have one of these. It's not a 9.8. This was awesome. Back at around 2000. I think it was at 2000 before, right? That was like the high 2000 on this. So. Love this Middleton cover. I don't know why people hate on it. Always loved it. Just got that eerie feel to it.
It's unique.
47 bids. Love this book. Here we go. 9.8 sold for $3,000. 25 bids. Captain Marvel 17 second print. 9.8. Love this book too. We'll never own one.
A lot of rumors coming out of that show though, like
that it's a shit show. Yeah, big time.
So.
Yeah, they're not only they're doing reshoots, they hired new actors to play roles that weren't necessarily in it to begin with.
And they totally changing the Marvel story as it's going.
Yeah. And they changed her powers to, instead of being the stretchy type stuff, to Green Lantern like powers. She can do reflect.
I just don't think the stretchy stuff ever comes off good on film.
Yeah. Oh, let's get that. There we go. What's going on here?
I don't know.
It's stretchy stuff. So Nate, what did you think in Flash? The stretchy guy, Mr. Elastic, right? Or how did it look on? How did it look on there to you?
It's okay. I mean, I'm kind of in John's camp on this one. I mean, even like going back to the Fantastic Four and some of the other ones, it's all right, but it just never. I don't know. It's something about maybe that power too. It just doesn't really evoke much emotion for me. It's just kind of like,
It could be done on page and look interesting, but I think in real life it just looks strange.
Grotesque is the word we're looking for.
Yes. Yeah, I think you're right. Right.
I mean, this one was supposed to be out, I thought, the end of last year. So, I mean, who knows where it's going to land now?
Yeah. This was crazy book. I've never seen this book.
That is a lot of
beautiful.
colors.
Yeah.
That's all those LB Coles. Yeah, there's a whole kind of subgenre of LB Cole with those colors.
First appearance of Blanca.
Nice. Yeah, that'd be. I could definitely see that as a blacklight poster. I don't know if.
Speaking of blacklight,
don't get me started. I want to get some of those original blacklights. Damn it!
Right. Yeah, you do. How about this one? The my second favorite GI Joe figure ever. This is one of my GI Joe Grails. I don't own a graded one, an unopened graded one. But I do have a decent one with a box, and I display it.
What language is that?
This is foreign. But it's French. I think it's Canadian. So this is unopened. It graded a 75.8, I guess. I don't know who this grading company is, but it sold for $1,400, which is crazy.
CAS? What?
CAS?
Collector Archive Services?
Maybe
5.8. I mean,
yeah.
That's something's off.
Yeah.
I mean, I could get like the UKG if it was something like a percentage or something along those lines, but 75.8 doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's weird. How about this one? A loose vintage Star Wars AFA 85, so Action Figure Authority graded 85 loose, dark green chest variant.
It's like.
Do you know anything about that, Nate? About yeah.
This is the problem being colorblind. I can't tell.
Yeah,
I see the listings and things of that nature. As soon as I see 1128 for Boba Fett, just to me that's high. But I don't know when it gets into like the dark greens and the different colors.
Anybody in the Big Remo says Zartan and his whole clique are my favorite Joes. Hell yeah, love the Dreadnought. If anybody knows what's going on with the dark green chest variant, let us know. All right, I have a bunch of promo GI Joe or proto GI Joe figures, but I've never seen a proto GI Joe figure where they're see-through. All my proto GI Joe figures are matte white or like a matte color. This is two of the proto figures from the Ninja Warriors, the Shadow Ninjas. So Nunchuck and Bushido. Yeah, that's a lot of money for the proto figures. Used to be able to buy proto figures all the time back in the day for super cheap. I think I got a couple Snake Eyes ones. I've got a Firefly one. So these are cool. I love these things.
The first clear toy figure I ever saw was like a mail away Predator that was like cloaked.
Yeah.
I bought I don't know. I bought off eBay. I didn't do the mail away.
For me, it was the Emperor hologram figure for Revenge or Phantom Menace, the final series of figures that they put out, which were so hard to find. They were like short packed. Yeah, from the Phantom Menace. That had the little R2 unit and a silver protocol droid. It had a Padme figure. All those figures were short packed and they were really hard to find. This is interesting. Here you talked about the Star Wars comic figures. Well, a loose set of the Kel Dorma and XR Kun figures sold for $549, and then an unopened one $735. You guys know that Kel Dorma, the character is big right now. Everybody's buying that first appearance, going crazy. That's like a $50 raw book for a while. And I remember that book died during the Kathleen Kennedy years because they called that, it was never going to happen. And now there's rumors that they're going to use that. So the Kel Dorma stuff is going crazy. And of course, XR Kun, all this old Republic stuff. This was interesting. A 1978 Chewbacca. This is, I think, Brazil, right? Guerre Stellari.
I thought that's Mexico, Spanish.
So
maybe.
I know the Mexico is the little Letties, and I was actually thinking of Brazil or Argentina. So that
it could be.
Yeah. $2,000 is crazy.
Yeah.
Just curious, is there a back issue or a back picture of this? Because when it gets into the original 12 and you have the ABCDE versions of the back, I'm kind of curious when it gets into the foreigns what they look like on the back.
Yeah, I didn't check out the back, but you could check it out. Just do a search on it. It's still there. Man, those Jurassic Park figures, you guys. Like,
man,
what the hell?
What? No, what year? What? Huh?
2010.
No, stop it.
No, I'm telling you, man, these Jurassic Park toys sell for so much money.
And the one that's 2050 was repainted. Am I reading that correctly?
Yeah, they're repaints.
Jesus.
They're repaints of the original or something. I don't know, man.
Man.
Wow. And 44 bids, 9,000. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That someone would have to explain that to me. A fan would have to explain to me why, because I don't know. I
think Newman from Jurassic Park the movie would have to deliver him to my house as the mailman.
Yeah. All these Jurassic Park toys, I'll keep bringing them up when I see them. They sell for a shit ton. Just go look up Jurassic Park on eBay. You'll see it. What the hell is going on? $510 now for a Green Goblin? This thing, like, I couldn't believe it was $200 a week ago or whatever. Now it's $510.
People realized he's the best villain that they've had.
Maybe. There we go. Original Debbie Does Dallas one sheet poster.
Wow.
I wonder how much the VHS goes for.
Oh boy, I love this shit, man. I love this shit. Here we go. I've talked about this book, this poster, the Grateful Dead Skull and Roses, poster. That is one of my grails that I plan on trying to obtain. But this was a black and white copy of, like they say, misprint ? Which isn't a big deal to me, because I think one of the coolest parts about this poster is the colors, the red and the blue and everything. And but for Deadheads, this was crazy. $2,750 for this old school Grateful Dead misprint poster, 1966.
Just get that one and color it.
Yeah. This is cool. An original Prince the Time Vanity 6 concert poster from the 99 tour. Sold for $1,430, and it's not even in good shape. You can tell they just took it off the wall.
Yeah.
So, Revenge of the Jedi, the original style A.
One bid.
Yeah. One bid, $1,280. So that thing's still out there. This was cool. Legend of Zelda. Vinny talked about last week. He said a lot of people are, collecting complete in box, I think the way he said it. And, it has to have certain things, but this has all the extras. And it sold for $1,775 on 37 bids. The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, the best Zelda game ever. To me, this was the greatest video game ever until World of Warcraft came out. This is, to me, the second greatest video game ever. I could play this. There was a time period for probably a 6-year period where every summer I would play this game over and over, just restart and see if and it's so much fun that you could play it over and over and over. By far the best Zelda game to me that ever came out. And then they did a Game Boy game, or I forget what it was, but it was based on the same style as this. That was really good. So I would love to own this. I thought this was really cool.
How long does it take to beat?
I think I got it down to a week. I think I could do it, something like that, or a couple days, maybe something like that. But it takes a while until immediately wherever. And then it was fun because a year would go by and you'd go back to it and it would still be fun playing it again. It's just so much fun stuff in this game. And it made me love this Super Tecmo Bowl, Super Punch Out, Yoshi's the Yoshi game, Super Mario World for SNES. Those 5 games made Super NES the greatest video gaming system of all time for me. Those games are amazing. Thought this was interesting. God Butcher, a Marvel Masterpieces card signed by the artist, sold for $278. People love this villain. I think that this could be the saving grace of Thor, the new Thor movie, right? Depending on how they play off the God Butcher character. Hopefully he isn't just a one and done movie guy. We'll see what happens. I love this character. All right, a couple sports cards. The 2020 Bowman set was all about one player at the time, and everybody else was just afterthoughts. Jason Dominguez. Everybody wanted the Dominguez card. And people, Bobby Witt Jr. was the second card you wanted in the set, but he was like nowhere near the in demand as the Dominguez was. Well, now the Bobby Witt cards are going crazy because he's starting to fill out and become just a stud baseball prospect. $4,350 for his signed refractor auto numbered to 499 and PSA 10. Just a great card. Would love to own one of these. I do have a couple low numbered Bobby Witt, or like the different color waves and stuff, but I don't have any autos. I have a couple. I think I had bought at the time when Sapphire came out, the Dominguez were like selling for like $150 and the Bobby Witts were selling for like $45 to $70. And I think I bought like 5 or 6 of the Sapphires. And those things are going crazy too. So nothing better than going through your old Bowman and pulling out players that you didn't think were going to be great, and you just go back to the well each and every year. So start going through your old Bowman. Shout out to Vinny Kumar, who's bought a ton of these.
I feel like Witt's been, he was always kind of high, but it's just, even with the off season and the lockout, his cards are still just blowing up.
Yeah. AOA says, Brian, you should do a playthrough of Zelda. I think that is a great fucking idea. We're going to have to do that once I get the new PC. As soon as Golden Auction sends me my damn check. Shit.
Maybe they got to send Denny's his first.
Yeah. We're gonna cut that up and put out a clip and show all that. All right. So this is crazy to me. You can, again, here we are back to Baseball Card Exchange. If you sent something in unopened to get graded by PSA, Steve Hart graded it. Here's a 2013-14 Panini Prism basketball pack. I think this is the Anthony Davis rookie year, right? So people are paying $295 for the pack alone. You can buy Hall of Fame rookie cards in high grade for that. You're getting 6 cards in this. Like, your chance of pulling something good in this are slim to none. And you could buy a high grade Hall of Fame rookie card for $300. It's bonkers. I've been talking about, and sorry that you're colorblind, Nate, but I've been talking about how great it is to get certain color waves on certain players and depending on their uniforms and how good they look. I wish I would have seen this red wave Kyler Murray rookie numbered to 149. It looks so good in that with his uniform and everything. And then there's a really nice DeAndre Hopkins blue Pulsar that sold for $300 a PSA 10. I wish, these are the type of cards that I'm going to be looking to buy here in the future. I think they're like a niche collecting thing that it's going to take off even higher. All right. This was weird. Have you ever seen this? The Dragon? I've never seen this. Premiere issue of the Dragon. I don't know what it is. I don't know if this is like a Dungeons and Dragons thing. Just Dragon premiere issue, very good condition. Sold for $1,282 on 23 bids.
I want to shake the shit out of whoever sold that for not providing any info.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell is this? It's got.
The first I saw when I saw the cover, I was thinking like Dragon's Lair, but it's not that.
Yeah. It's weird,
give
man.
us some history, something. Come on.
D&D magazine, says Dennis Chandler. Old D&D magazine. That's awesome. Okay, that's cool. So it is volume 1, number 1. There you go, you guys. Dragon magazine along with Dungeon magazine were the old school Dungeons and Dragon original books. That's awesome. So there you go. That's why it sold so much. Not bad. This was cool. Gilbert Hernandez, Love and Rockets, Poison River, 1994 original art. Right? Just super stylized Hernandez brothers stuff. People love the Hernandez brothers. Yeah, love and Rockets, all black and white, just really, really nice. And sold for $1,100. I thought that was very interesting. Really beautiful piece of comic.
A lot going on that page.
Yeah. I think that this is the type of stuff that we should be eyeing on, like some of this really iconic art. This is a one-on-one piece. There's never be another one of these, Here's another OA. Shout out to Tony and Trish. This is Stray Dogs Dog Days #1 original cover art. It sold for $2,000. Very interesting. It says here, it doesn't say anything. It says auction is for whatever is in the title. So first printing cover.
That one doesn't do much for me.
There's
not a lot on the page. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When the animation comes out or whatever comes out, this will be a nice little flip for whoever bought it.
No, I get it. I understand the flip, but like from a purely purchasing the page, it doesn't do a lot for me.
Yeah. All right. How about this one? Come on. Amazing Fantasy 15 first appearance of Spider-Man page.
Okay. I've stopped showing these because they're all everywhere now. Like there's one a week.
Yeah.
$3,300. There's so many books that have been torn apart. It's ridiculous. Or they keep reselling. I don't know which, but
yeah, like if you had one, would you just tear it apart and do the pages? I mean, Jesus.
Yeah. If you had a coverless one, maybe. Right?
Incompletes. I don't know, but there is a shit ton of amazing. That's the thing. There's a shit ton of Silver Age Marvel out there. There was a shit ton of low grade, and now there's a shit ton of pages.
Yeah. Well,
so who knows?
How about this one? Here's another one, brother. Batman #1, centerfold only. First appearance of Joker, but it doesn't have Joker on it.
Not even a Batman page.
Yeah, it's not even a Batman page, and look how much it went for.
So, but that's the difference. That's a Golden Age book from 1940 versus, a Silver Age book.
Yeah. Oh, Drew.
I've still got my Tech 27 non-Batman page that I'm just gonna die with because they aren't making any fucking more.
Yeah.
You're not ripping it apart. More likely somebody trying to put it together.
Where's Stein?
Yeah.
I think this might have been a good deal. Black Cat by Art Germ, sketch.
I agree. That's nice.
It's a beautiful picture.
Yeah. $500. I would pay $500.
Plus it's really small. I didn't look at the size.
Yeah. Let me see here.
I wonder how much she would charge.
8.5 by 11.5.
I wonder how much a commission would be.
Beautiful. It's a lot better than his covers. I mean, his covers after a while, just you kind of get used to the same thing. But that looks fantastic.
What's the year? 18?
2018.
So I wonder when his style shifted to too consistent.
Yeah, that's beautiful right there. All right. Speaking of blacklight posters.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, this is a nice one, but to me, it's not one of the best. It's really nice, beautiful. Somebody hit me up in IG. I apologize for forgetting exactly what it was, but they were talking about how much they own one of these and they love them. It's one of their, favorite things. And I would love to own one of these. I'll have to eventually find one, but to me, this is the one.
Yeah, you want the surfer.
That's cool.
Hell fucking yeah, man. I would buy one of those old school black lights to put right above the frame. You know what I mean? I would put that sucker on all the time. Right above my fucking TV. So I thought it was
surfer's the one to have.
All right, you guys. Now here is
the heartbreak.
This hurts. Screw up? Yeah, this hurts, you guys. This really hurts. Ultimate heartbreak for your boy McClay. My Grail of comic grails sold this week that I've not been able to find since I've been looking. My Grail of comic grails sold for just about $500, I think.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Oh.
The Spirit Centerfold from 9/28/47, September 28th, 1947, ladies and gentlemen. What was important about that date, 1947? Well, what was very important about it was
the UFOs.
On June 26th,
I remember
1947, this. Ken Arnold had the very first modern sighting of UFOs in Washington near Mount Rainier. And then a few months later, Roswell happened. Right? Roswell happened a few months later, and then This is the very first time UFOs were ever mentioned in comics.
Oh man.
Boom. Were you listening to the radio on the evening of October 1st, 1938? Do you remember the Awesome Bell's famous radio invasion from the planet Mars? Remember how scared everyone was? They thought it was a real thing. Haha, silly, it wasn't it? An invasion from another planet. And basically, it talks about the UFOs.
That's
so
cool.
I am sick to myself right now. Look how beautiful it is. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
I am so angry. Here's the back. I hit, James from Hive Comics is a fellow spirit collector, Will Eisner spirit collector, and I told him this is my Grail, and he was on the lookout for it too. And damn it, James, you missed it, man. I'm gonna blame James. I was
gonna say, Brian, do you have this saved in your things that you're looking for?
I do.
How'd you find out about it?
Yeah, it's saved. It's saved in my eBay searches, and I just happened today to go on eBay when I did the market report, and I was like, let me just take a look. And sure enough,
yikes.
Well, and something like this is hard though, because it doesn't always trigger right. Because somebody can put it, it's a hard one to find without getting too much garbage.
Yeah.
So specific.
Yeah. It's just it's flying saucer, JJ. It's flying saucer, but we all know that's UFOs. First time they're ever mentioned, the real UFO flying saucers that we know of, because that's what Kenneth Arnold called them. That's why we call them flying saucers, because and they asked Kenneth Arnold, the pilot, what they look like, and he said they look like saucers, like plate saucers, not like full circles though. Go look into the Kenneth Arnold sighting. You guys will know what see what I'm talking about. I'm a huge fringe topic guy. I think that's what's really caught me about the MetaZoo stuff, and I've jumped on a little bit on the MetaZoo craze because of the cryptid stuff. But I went to the 50th anniversary of Roswell, and I got an autographed. I got a 50th anniversary Roswell poster, which is beautiful stylized print from that event in Roswell. And I had Stanton Friedman sign it. I had the son of the guy who's on this guy right here, or the guy who's in the picture that shows him holding the stuff, the commander. I'm spacing on his name right now. I had him sign it. I had some of the original ufologists that did research into it sign it. So I'm super big. I just love this stuff, and I am so bummed out that I missed out on this. So I'm gonna search this. It's just such a nice copy. The color is beautiful. Usually when you find these, they are just destroyed, and this one is absolutely gorgeous.
Do you Brian, do you remember the John Z turned us onto this guy, the 4-color creations?
Yes.
The wooden. I wonder if he could make one of these for you.
Oh, I'm sure he could, but I don't think this would be that good in that. It wouldn't look that good. Yeah, it's a lot of dark. I definitely, I'm definitely waiting.
He can make them big.
I'm definitely waiting to find something good for him to make us. I still got my Flipside tape that he sent us that one year, which is awesome. So shout out to 4-color creations. Yes.
Yeah.
Lewis says he took his kids to Roswell a few years ago. Nice. Roswell's a nice town.
Are you a fan of Megadeth's Hangar 18? Because Nick Menza, the drummer, he was a big guy into Roswell and UFOs, and that's how they came up with the whole concept of the song and the video.
Yeah. Dave Mustaine, man.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of Dave Mustaine just because he's a hometown hero, right?
I wasn't going to talk about, but Paul brought up the 4-color. Did you see that X-Men 1 Jim Lee he did?
Oh my god, yes. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Yeah. Anyways, that's the market
report. Go check
report.
him out at
4-color creations.
4-color creations. Yeah, he's on.
You got him right over your shoulder. Got a couple behind you there.
I do.
Yeah, and you're in
the case.
Yeah, my lights broke again.
Yeah, Black Cat.
Chamber of Chills. But that, I some of them wow me, but that Jim Lee one was damn.
Well, let's show him some love. Hold on. I'll he just got a new toy, so I know he took a little bit of a slowdown there because he was just so busy. I mean, he had just blown up, rightfully so. I mean, the dude's a stud. But yeah, he just got this. He got a new toy. He says, I started 4-Color Creations last year as a fun hobby, something to get my mind off the 9-to-5 grind. Never did I imagine I could grow to this level. After proving myself that it was possible, I decided to take a leap even further and purchase a new machine. This machine will allow me to make products faster and more efficiently by leaps and bounds. I couldn't be any more excited for the future holds. Thank you to all my loyal customers and fans for your support. 4colorcreations.com. I'll drop this in a link in the chat for everybody, but definitely follow him on IG. Let me show you the type of stuff that he does. Here you go.
Yeah, that one blew my mind.
Ooh. Wow. That's beautiful. Look at that. That's stunning. How good it looks. Yeah.
That one just wowed me for some reason.
Go one more, though. He shows them all connected.
Yeah,
oh, he does show them all connected?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, he ships really nice, too.
I love this one, too. I don't own a 49. I wish I had a 49. I have a 48, but I don't have a 49. Might have to get one of these. Yeah, he's really, really professional and just does a good job. Here you go. Look at there's.
Oh, that's me. Made me a nice custom of the turtle book that got me into comics in general. Number 2. Extra wide, as if the book is open.
Sick, dude.
So that was pretty sweet.
Very cool.
And then that
was cool, dude. Yeah, he does a good job. Make sure you guys check him out. Show him some love. Tell him Flipside sent you. He does these cool Pokemon cards too.
I almost bought those for my kids.
Yeah, they're cool. This one's great too. Look at this. Oh wow.
So
it's wild.
Yep. 4-Color Creations. Check them out. All right, you guys got any pickups? I got no pickups.
I got something.
Ooh. All right, let's see it.
I don't think I have anything.
I didn't mean it all like that, but you know. Okay, you know what? I want to talk about this. Now, I'm not the biggest Star Trek fan out there.
Wrath of Khan.
But so we have Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. I forget what year this is from. But this is, it's from IDW, and it's number 2, and it's a 1 in 10 variant. And I did some research on the print run. So it's about a 9,000 print run. So probably, maybe 900 of these possibly kicking around. And I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. And it was only $1.
Well, it's so stunningly bad for modern how it's done. Like it's done retro bad.
Yeah, exactly. It had like this. It had a charm to it. So
it does.
Yeah, I love it. What's next? We got this. We found. We found this for $5.
That thing's. I see that thing everywhere right now, man. What is it? What's it selling for on the secondary?
Maybe 50.
Wow.
Maybe 50, like 35 to 50 on a good day. How about
Do we think that's going to happen?
You know what, man? At this point, fingers
the right amount of money, it might.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is the best. This is the best way to get Miles into the MCU, to get Spider-Gwen into the MC, like all the possibilities.
We all assumed we'd see Miles first, but this is making Gwen feel like she might get there first.
You know what I feel like, though? I feel
they
like
could come together, but you know,
I feel like they would have to. And this sounds, might not sound crazy, might sound crazy. I feel like they'd have to get a younger actress to play Spider-Gwen if they're going to do a Miles thing with him and Miles. She's just a little bit too old, I think. Yeah,
but still happy to have found this. We got ourselves. We found this for $10.
Nice, love it.
The
love
Bloodstone, Death of Doctor Strange, Bloodstone, number 1, 1 in 10 design, Lyra Bloodstone variant. Okay.
I like the Nakayama, and I love the wolf cover. The wolf cover is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, like all of the covers are hot. But this one, but it's a 1 in 10, and she's on the
First appearance on the cover. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Speaking of Black Cat, now here's a cover that I dig very much. This cover doesn't go for shit, actually. So this is Amazing Spidey 612. I believe this is a 1 in 15 variant. And of course, it's a Ed McGuinness Black Cat variant. I dig this. I like this cover. I don't know. I've been high on this cover for a long time, but it just doesn't go for anything. But we'll see what happens in the future. We got this for $5. Some more variants. X-Men 510. I think this was like $80, around $80 or something like that. And speaking of NYX3, we got the Marvel must-haves.
Love it.
We got this for $5.
Yeah,
this is a great cover. I don't know who's been who shits on this cover.
A lot of people.
No. They're bullshitting you. They're bullshitting. They're trying to be edgelords. They're trying to be edgy. Yep. And speaking of Star Wars 20, we got not one, but we got 2 copies for 15 apiece. So it's the first appearance of who?
Elzar Mann.
Yeah, it's an old Jedi that's supposed to be this badass Jedi.
Okay.
And he basically looks at a hologram or does it like a thing where he goes back and talks to his Force Ghost or something like that.
Force Ghost. Okay. All right, cool. So we got the variants. We found those. I had come across. Oh, you know what? Let's stay on Star Wars. We found this for $1.
Oh,
nice. I don't have any Asherad Het first stuff.
That's the first R Sing.
Okay.
Yeah.
First Aura Sing. Okay, is that the one?
She's the bald one with the ponytail.
Mm-hmm.
She's actually in the Phantom Menace for like 1 second.
Yeah, she snipes.
Because they're in the pod race.
Yeah,
you see her.
But she's a deadly bounty hunter too.
Yeah, yep. So she's big in the Clone Wars. Mm-hmm. Again, Filoni they'll bring her around at some point.
And
she'll work her way in.
That's the origin of Asherad Het, right?
Is
this
that
run Outlander?
Right. Number 10 has that origin. At least that first appearance. Yeah. And this is a very unassuming first appearance because I passed this book up quite a few times before I realized, let me stop it.
Yeah. Real quick, I see Sinister Titan talking about the recent news. We got it coming up.
Star Wars. We found 2 copies of Star Wars number 71. This is the death of Asajj Ventress. So these were $1.
Yeah.
This store that I went to is just blowing out Star Wars, and I'm like, why am I not buying more? You know what I mean? But I guess I just want a reason to go back to the store.
Oh, that's great right there.
I don't know if I've shown this or not.
I don't own one of those. That's awesome.
This is the retail incentive. We found this for cover price. I believe this is like maybe $100 book on a good day. Maybe. And
don't worry, Titan. We got you.
Also, okay. You know what? I'm gonna do some Green Lantern spec real quick. Okay, so this is a character called 2/6, right?
She's badass.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the variant Green Lantern Lost Army, but this is just the reference. The first appearance is in Green Lantern number 21. And I was lucky enough to find a sealed combo pack, and the first cover appearance of 2/6 is Green Lantern number 22, and we found this in the combo pack as well.
Nice.
So, yeah, you know what? I guess we'll. Oh, you know what? I found this for $1 the other day.
Love it.
I was shocked.
McFarlane.
This is going for about 30, like $20 to $30.
Yeah, that Mr. Bones is a cool character.
It's looking kind of Spawnish there. You got the little mystic hand going. I can see why. I can see why. So, all right. So that's what I picked up.
Not bad. Nate, you got any pickups?
Really just one thing. Actually, I don't know if you saw McFarlane put out.
Yes.
A link.
Yes.
I want to say it was on Friday morning. I got it. And it was delivered Saturday before lunch. And I ordered 2 of them. The link for the auto didn't work. It was sold out. But this came. It looks great.
Yeah.
The one thing I'll just tell people if they get them, I had a friend, I sent him the link, and the max you could get were 6 from Target, or I'm sorry, 2 from Target. So he had his brother and sister get 2 apiece. But when mine came on Saturday, the box was really rough. So this one, I was planning on having 2, keeping one in the box and opening one up. So the one I opened up was obviously when you saw it, but the plastic was completely beat up and torn right here. And then the other one where he displayed, it's almost like he had no head. It was just the cape because everything inside had broken and the plastic here was completely destroyed. Dang. So hopefully everybody else gets better shipping than what I got. So I actually already returned the other one and got my money back, but the figure itself looks fantastic.
Wow.
Where did he put that link out to?
So I saw he put it out on Twitter and his Instagram it was a 8 a.m. Central Time. And you could go on, and they actually lasted longer than I thought they would at Target for being exclusive, at least non-autos. I mean, they lasted for a little bit because I sent the link out to a few friends, but it looks,
beautiful.
Year 2, baby. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that is awesome. That's cool. Very cool. Rob, shout out to Rob Byler. Sorry. I missed Rob Biller or Byler. You let me know, Rob. Rob says, my COVID test came back negative tonight. Congrats, brother. Thanks to shows like this to keep my sanity in check. I've been in quarantine for what seems like forever. Thanks, guys. Hell yeah. Thank you, brother. We appreciate you. Paul, you got any?
Yes. I was trying to shut down an iPad. All right. Anywho, I was.
You don't care.
Nope, no school tomorrow. But anywho, I found another Chamber of Chills, limited to 250. So I picked up the raw reprint, and same seller also had some 9.8. So I said, I got to get that too.
Oh, nice, dude.
That looks great.
Turn it down or off or leave the room. Those are your options. So I picked this up. Come on, hon. I picked those 2 up, and then I don't know if he has any left, but I had to get that when I saw it, and
I sold
price, and it was a good
sold a John Gallagher homage, the Wanted Comics, this week on Whatnot, and it just made me realize like the run of Gallagher comics that he did, like 6 in a row that were amazing. Is that it, bro?
Yeah, sorry, that was my only one.
Nice score. So while we've been going live, the Moon Knight trailer has everybody doing their homework, and supposedly, what's his name is the big bad is not the Sun King like we all thought, and it's this Dr. Arthur Harrow who only appears in one comic. This comic right here, Fist of Khonshu Moon Knight #2. Cool cover, cool zombie looking cover, but that's kind of weird, right? One comic says Mark Spector has returned from Egypt to find that his girl has left him. He's forced to intercept a bully who is muscling his girlfriend. He entered a cabaret and he sees his girl run away from him. And it's obvious she does not want to speak with Mark. That evening, the priest of Khonshu visit Mark in his dream and grant him visions as an act of evil that only Moon Knight can hope to defeat. Taking as much information from his vision as he can, Mark books passage to the Yucatan, and he meets up with some scientists hunting down renegade mad scientist Dr. Arthur Harrow. Harrow suffers from a disease that has left him with horrible facial disfigurement. He has been working on a scientific means to deaden the pain centers in the human body, and Grail knows that Haro is basing his work on Nazi experiments from World War II that have been outlawed during the Nuremberg trials. This sounds so weird. That is super weird.
Not the way I thought they were going to go, but
yeah,
it is weird. I like the lizards.
Yeah.
Or what are the dragons? The something dragons?
Yeah, Komodo dragons.
Yeah.
That's weird, man. That is super weird. Doesn't make sense at all. Yeah, late nights. It seems like they're blending characters. That's the first thing I thought. Like they're blending the Sun King in this character, right? So, who knows? Who knows? That's nuts. Thank you, Rob Biller, like Miller with a B. Yeah, I'm not too happy about that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm still happy for the series. I think it's going to be awesome. It's definitely going to be worth.
I didn't really mind his accent for the couple minutes that he talked, or that.
He's got multiple accents. He's like, one guy is a New York guy, another guy's an English guy, another guy's just yeah. It's really weird. The different he plays all 5 different personalities. So I think that's going to be the best part about it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's a lot of no pressure.
Yeah, right.
No pressure to nail one character. We're going to give you 4 more.
Yeah. All right. Before we bail, let's take a look and see what's going on Whatnot. Let's see if any of our homies are on there. We can give them a little plug. Here we go. International Comics is on. What do we got here? Spirits Avenges Spirit Rider 1 lot. So here we go.
Dang, that's a wild cover.
Yeah. Go show. Oh, it's muted. Sorry, you guys. Unmute. Where did I do that? Unmute.
What is going on, being Big Remo? I did not even see you in here. My bargain. He's getting the bargain. And he's taking it.
$34
for $34. Steve, I appreciate you. You're getting all 3 copies of those. You're getting 3 entries into the House of Slaughter 9/8 slab. I appreciate it very much. All right, guys, I got 2 books left. So we're going to do the What If Magic Became Sorcerer Supreme. This is a badass decal cover. I have this at a near mint all day. This was one of my spec books. This was one of my fails of the year, but thank God it's such a beautiful cover that the book has stayed strong. This is one of my failed specs because I was thinking that when Doctor Strange died in the Death of Doctor Strange, that magic was going to take over the role, and she didn't. Because she's a bitch. I'm just kidding, but she didn't.
Damn.
So this was my failed spec, but this
Laying
book
into
still
it.
goes for $20, $25, $30 all day long. Because technically, it is the first time, or not the first time, but when she became Sorcerer Supreme. And it's a beautiful decal cover. Mel knows what's up. And Mel's like, I'm going to steal this for myself. Yo, what's up, Brian? How's it going? What's up, Tails? I hope you guys are having an awesome show. We always bump into each other on Mondays, and it's funny because last Monday when you guys were taping me, I was doing this same exact book. So next time at 48, I'm going to have to make sure I have a different book put up. But I hope you guys are having an awesome night.
Yeah.
And
Shout
I can't
out,
wait to watch the show when I'm done. But yeah, I legit had this same book up last time, so that's really freaking funny. And Mighty Melv
comes through. So give Josh a follow.
Yeah, definitely. I thought Mel was all against magic and dinosaurs.
Yeah, right. Right. So yeah, make sure you guys give
That's
Josh
a boss
follow.
case.
Yeah, I like it. It's beautiful. Yeah, he's got a nice setup. I think he just moved in a new place, so there's nothing better than moving into a new place and getting to start fresh, like where you want to put all your cool shit. You know what I mean? So, very cool, you guys. Reminder, if you guys do not know about Whatnot, make sure to go. I'll drop a link in the chat to give you guys $10 off your first sale which is actually pretty nice. And if you guys aren't signed up yet, you can use that money. I think I will be going live, not tomorrow, maybe tomorrow night, maybe not tomorrow night, but definitely, maybe Wednesday night. Let me drop this.
Were you live last night?
I was live last night. I did go live last night. So I finally figured out a comfortable way of doing the dual streaming, which is nice. Let me do this. I figured out how to do the dual streaming, which is nice, but you definitely, let me give a big piece of advice for people that are selling on Whatnot. I mean, unless you don't mind, if you like just going super slow, that's, just not selling a ton of books. Basically what I did last night during dual streaming is, instead of having everything already set, on the site, I would put it up while I was live. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it takes you 5 minutes, to put up a book instead of just hitting start. So it really slows everything down, and you don't get through enough books. This is how many books I sold last night. I think I was on for like 2 hours, but I just chilled. I sold this many books, but I just chilled and just bullshitted, and just had a good time, just kick back. So if you want to do that, that's fun. But pro tip, put them all in before, which is hard because you either have to mirror it onto your computer for PC and Android, or do it on your phone. So once they finally get over to where you can input stuff on your PC, it'll be a different ball game. I'm going to have this guy right here come hang out with us one night, and we're going to sell turtle books all night. So all you turtle fans, start getting ready for that. I've been sorting books. I've been putting turtle books away just for that. Paul doesn't realize that, but it was my plan all along to.
Yeah, man, I'm for it. I just need to get off my ass and do it. So it'd be a lot easier to do it with a friend. So I'm excited. And I already have, it's not going to be, because I'm a big turtle guy, so it's not going to be me trying to figure out what I want to sell. I literally have a box that I already have set to sell from back in like the con days that just no one delved into. So
yeah,
now we can. Some are signed. I got some signed by Laird. I got some. I don't know if I have any Eastman, but Laird is super hard to find signature wise. But we'll cut promos or whatever and go from there.
Yeah. I also have put together a shit ton of foreign books. I got a crap ton of foreign books. So one of these days I'll get one of these foreign guys on with me. But as soon as they finally get everything moved over to PC, it's going to be a different ball game, and we're going to just run content over there and dual stream it on here. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got some wax boxes to sell cards on there, and I know Nate's going to probably jump in on with that with us. You guys, we're going to try and do a card show, I think Thursday night. It's just going to be, a couple of us card guys just coming on, hanging out and opening up, personal stuff, just having fun. I've got, I think 2 or 3 hobby light Bowman draft boxes I'm going to open. And I think I got some Chronicles basketball. I know Richie's got a lot of stuff. Nate, if you've got anything, you're more than welcome. I think Yi is going to bring a Luca mystery box or something that he got. And open up some other stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And eventually the plan is to turn that show into its own show every week, kind of like, a Flipside style show, but more sports oriented and trading card oriented, and kind of jump back and forth, during the show. We'll start off by telling news and notes and stuff. And then we'll, okay, let's do a box break, and we'll jump on Whatnot and dual stream that type of stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We got a lot of plans for a lot of cool stuff. Shout out to Hive Comics. They're going to come on and bust some MetaZoo with us on there, which is going to be a lot of fun. And I'm going to do mystery packs. So I was talking about it the other night. I acquired a collection with a ton of raw rookies. They're not, I don't think they're great. First of all, they're definitely not gradable at $100 a clip. I'm not going to grade, old, like cards that aren't, worth tons of money at $100 a clip. but they're definitely not. I don't think they're all really gradable. They're off centered, or one or two might have a soft corner, but they're Hall of Fame rookies. And I think if I put them in mystery packs and put some intermix Hall of Fame rookies and up and coming rookies together, and then put some major hits in there, have like a floor of like $50 and a ceiling of 500 and that type of stuff, it's going to be a lot of fun. So
I'm going after that Eisman Opeachy.
There we go. There will be an Eisman Opeachy. There's a LaFontaine Opeachy. I got a lot of hockey stuff. By the way, hockey's been crazy lately. That Minnesota-Colorado game.
Did you watch that today?
Oh, man.
Kaprizov, he had his chance on the shootout.
Dude, McKinnon's a beast. McKinnon awesome. Is such a beast.
Cale Makar.
Yeah. His cards
Adam Fox and Mo Sider. I'm telling you, those guys I could see dominating the Norris Trophy the next 10, 15 years.
You see
Makar is incredible.
You see what his cars are selling for? They're like $1,000.
Yeah, I may have a little one to show next week.
Nice. So we're going to get into that heavy, you guys, just having some fun, just enjoying ourselves, and you guys can come enjoy yourselves, maybe get into a new hobby. That being said, thanks for hanging out, you guys. We appreciate you. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we will see you guys next time. Adios.